There comes a moment in every life when the mirror stares back at us, not asking what we are, but what we believe we are. The beggar and the king both breathe the same air, walk beneath the same sun, yet one dies in the dust, while the other reigns in palaces. What separates them is not fate, not luck, not even the wealth of their fathers. What separates them is a secret empire, hidden within an empire of thought. Your mind is the throne, your beliefs are the crown. And until you understand this, you will wander the streets of your own potential like a beggar, begging for scraps in a kingdom that already belongs to you. He sat at the corner of the market, his hands outstretched, eyes empty, voice cracked by years of pleading. Day after day, crowds streamed past him, merchants weighed down with goods, children chasing after the smell of roasted corn, men bargaining fiercely for silver and cloth. To them, he was part of the scenery, another stone on the street, another shadow by the wall. He begged not because he lacked legs to walk or arms to work, but because his mind had shackled him to the belief that life had abandoned him. One afternoon, a traveler approached, unlike the rest. This man did not drop a coin into the beggar's bowl and hurry away. He knelt, he looked the beggar in the eye, and he asked a question that shattered the stillness of the man's world. Why do you sit here when you have 2 hands, 2 feet, and a mind? The beggar laughed bitterly. I am cursed, he said. I was born with nothing. The world has given me nothing. Almost everything I tried failed, and so I wait here for scraps. The traveler shook his head. No, the world has given you the greatest gift. It gave you thought, and thought creates all things. Those words haunted the beggar that night. For the first time in years, he did not sleep beneath the comfort of despair. He lay awake, staring at the stars, wondering if his poverty was not in his hands but in his mind. He remembered his childhood when he dreamed of building, of creating, of being more than a shadow. Somewhere along the way, he had allowed the failures, the laughter of others, the weight of hunger to convince him he was less. And that is where many of us live, inside the cage of a thought repeated so many times that it becomes identity. I am poor, I am weak, I am unlucky. These phrases are not truths, they are shackles. Each time you repeat them, you bind yourself tighter. You become the jailer of your own destiny. The beggar rose before the morning crowd arrived. He looked at his bowl, at his rags, at the corner where he had wasted years, and he felt something dangerous stirring inside him. Possibility. He found work that day carrying water for merchants. It was small, humiliating even, but it was different than waiting for coins to fall. And with every drop of water he lifted, he was not just carrying weight, he was lifting the chains off his mind. Weeks passed. The market people who once tossed scraps at him now saw him sweating, laboring, moving with purpose. Some praised him and gave him further assistance for being productive. Others mocked him, but none of that mattered because something had shifted inside him. He no longer asked, "Why me?" He asked, "What can I become?" And therein lies the secret. Life does not bend to pity, but it does bow to transformation. The beggar saved his earnings, small as they were. He learned the art of trade, how to buy, how to sell, how to see value where others only saw dust. Within a year, he was no longer a beggar, but a merchant with a small stall in the very market where he once begged. Within 5 years, he owned caravans that stretched beyond the city gates. And within a decade, the man who once sat invisible on the street corner had become a legend whispered by travelers. But his true wealth was not in gold or goods. His true wealth was in the revelation that had saved him, the realization that by altering the direction of his thoughts, he altered the direction of his life. What changed his destiny was not luck, nor charity, nor sudden opportunity. It was a shift in mindset. It was the understanding that poverty of the mind is the root of all other poverty. And so it is with you. Perhaps you are not begging on the street. Perhaps you have a job, a house, responsibilities, but inside you feel like that beggar, trapped, overlooked, waiting for life to give you something more. You have convinced yourself that your circumstances are permanent, that your failures define you, that greatness belongs to others. But all along, the power to change rests where it always has, in your thoughts. For every empire began as an idea. Every invention, every movement, every revolution was first a spark in the mind of someone who refused to accept the world as it was. Change your thoughts, and reality rearranges itself to grow what you believe. So when you wake tomorrow, before you reach for your phone, before the noise of the world crashes in, ask yourself, what thoughts am I allowing to rule me today? Are they thoughts that beg or thoughts that build? Are they thoughts that curse or thoughts that create? For the beggar who became a merchant, the shift began not with riches, but with a single dangerous decision to believe that life could be different. That decision, small as it seemed, was the crack through which light entered. And if he could do it with nothing, then what excuse remains for you, who already hold so much more? If this story inspired you, help us share it with more people by liking and sharing the video. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you can stay connected with us.